One evening, Jesus and his disciples were crossing the Sea of Galilee when a fierce storm arose. Waves crashed into their boat, and fear gripped the disciples. Yet, in the midst of chaos, Jesus simply spoke, "Peace, be still," and the storm obeyed him. Life is full of storms, unexpected challenges, fear, uncertainty. Yet Jesus reminds us that his presence brings peace. Lesson 1 was faith in God calms the storms of life. The disciples' fear. The disciples panicked as the waves threatened to sink the boat. Their fear reflected uncertainty and lack of trust. Reflection. Fear often comes when we focus on problems instead of God. When life feels overwhelming, financial struggles, relationship challenges, or personal loss, our natural reaction may be panic. God calls us to trust him instead. Lesson. Faith shifts focus from fear to trust in God's power. Jesus' authority. Jesus spoke to the wind and waves, and immediately the storm ceased. His authority over nature demonstrated his divine power. Reflection. God is bigger than any challenge we face. What seems impossible to us is under his control. Trust that God has authority over your circumstances, even when situations seem out of control. Lesson. No storm is too great for God's power. Faith tested in crisis. Jesus asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples realized that fear often masks a lack of trust. Reflection. Faith grows when we learn to trust God in trials, not just in comfort. When challenges arise, instead of panicking, pray and surrender your fears to God. Lesson. True faith shows itself most clearly in crises. Jesus' presence brings peace. Even though the storm raged, Jesus was in the boat. His presence alone brought calm once recognized by the disciples. Reflection. Peace comes not from absence of problems, but from God's presence in our lives. Invite Jesus into your daily struggles. Even small moments of prayer can bring remarkable peace. Lesson. God's presence calms the storm more than any solution we can devise. Modern-day reflection. Like the disciples, we often face emotional, financial, or spiritual storms. But Jesus calls us to focus on him, not the storm. Trust his timing and power. Respond in faith, not panic. Reflection. Every storm is an opportunity to strengthen faith and experience God's peace. Lesson. Faith over fear leads to calm and confidence in God. Conclusion. Jesus calms the storm to remind us our lives are safer in his hands than in our own plans. Verse to close. He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. Mark 4:39. Let us reflect. What storms are you facing today, and how can you invite Jesus' presence into your situation for peace and guidance?